lot closer.
You impressed us, Explorer number 61. You made it. All went according to the plan.
What's that voice?
So, what is it like being a hero, a savior, the chosen one, or the destroyer? It was you who invoked the event, didn't you?
Who are you? What is this place? Was it your plan?
No, you did not. Are you upset? You could never be the one, because there is no you. You are a mere echo of many people, an illusion, a composite image. Your dear Katya never existed, too.
What are you saying? I am real! Please don't listen to it.
She is your personal motivator that led you to the center, the castle, me. Congratulations. You made it here. Iteration successful. I am satisfied. Should I reward you? Take this gun and make your choice. Kill her and you will be free to live an ordinary life outside the radius.
No, please. I'm so sorry I brought you here. I didn't know any of this until now.
Kill me, and I will give her human form. She will live, all her memories will come true, but you will vanish. Choose your reward, Explorer number 61.
I don't think we can trust it about letting you go. But please, I'd rather die than stay trapped in here forever. If neither of us is real anyway, we can't die for real. Don't be afraid to shoot. You can stop it all right now.
What will it be, Explorer number 61? Do you want a name, a home, a future? Or are you going to play the hero and the sacrifice? You must understand that you can't harm the Radius. The work in progress here will continue. All the necessary data has been recorded.
Are you alright? What's happening?
After he made his choice, something happened to me. I felt myself separating from the being I'd only just realized I was a part of. It said to me, although, no, it didn't speak, we were still connected. It let me know through impulses sent directly into my neural networks. An act of self-sacrifice has just been performed, and you are to be its beneficiary. Then I was overcome with vertigo and blacked out. When I came to, I was standing in a field. It was speckled with wildflowers that were brighter than anything I'd ever seen before. Blades of grass tickled my ankles as a warm summer breeze blew through the field. A girl of 8 or 9 grabbed my hand. "Katya, come on. Mama and Papa are waiting." Go, I'll be there in a moment," I said, squeezing her hand before releasing it. She threw me an over-serious look. That look children sometimes get when they're trying to prove they're really already adults. Then she shrugged and ran off. I spread out on the grass, face turned up to the sky. A single airplane traced a contrail across the boundless blue. Explorer number 61, wherever you are, even if you are only in my mind now, thank you. Thank you.
What the hell just happened? Let's walk this back. Upon entering Pechorsk Castle, we see 3 different Katyas. White Katya, Black Katya with white eyes, and Little Shadow Katya with someone else around her age. We also stumbled across a white camera, the last in a collection of white items. Sasha. I don't think this is a coincidence. I haven't said much about these throughout the series, but they definitely raise eyebrows as they're the only all-white objects we find. It's hard not to immediately draw a connection with these items to the white statues of Katya, despite there being no direct evidence of it. That is, until we find this camera. Pechorsk Castle used to be a tourist destination.
What? They call this pile of rocks a landmark?
My theory is that Katya's family came here for vacation when she was very young, and brought this camera with them. I think it's likely that these shadows are from that trip, and the girl on the top of the castle is Sasha, Katya's sister. According to the wiki, this camera is believed to be a Zenit E35mm SLR, which is very interesting because the roll of film we find in the motor depot in Pirvamai is also 35mm. Also,
My father was a truck driver.
Dad put it in his desk at the depot office and never saw it again.
this is probably Katya's dad.
Huh? Where's the film was here just now.
As far as I know, there's nothing in the game that outright says this film is from this camera, but it would at the very least fit into the camera. There are a lot of coincidences here that are hard to ignore. My theory is that they unintentionally took a picture of something here in Pechorsk Castle that they shouldn't have seen, and that's why we stole this film for the UNPSC. But what about this Katya? Why is she all black except for her eyes? I have a theory based heavily on circumstantial evidence, so come along with me on this journey. We know for sure that at least one of the end of mission notes was written by Katya, which leads me to believe others were as well. I suspect that both of the notes from the factory, possibly the farewell feast, and possibly the kids' playground. This means that not only do our missions put us into close proximity of Katya and her family, we are essentially following her as she grows up. The alternate Pechorsk isn't just different in physical space, it's different in time. The timeline goes like this. Her family takes a vacation to Pechorsk Castle. Someone accidentally takes a picture of something they shouldn't have. Without knowing this, her dad brings that roll of film to his workplace at the motor depot in order to develop it. We steal this film before you can do so. We go to Bolotki village, where Katya has an old kindergarten teacher she visits on occasion.
She retired and moved out of the city just a couple years before I finished school.
We steal a voice recorder from her mom's workplace, one that the staff all chipped in to buy for the manager's birthday. Then we steal a suitcase full of money from the same factory. Now we know that Katya is from Pechorsk, but she doesn't say where exactly. She does say that Bolotki village is full of old people who don't have family to take care of them, so I think it's likely that she lives in Kolhoz Zarya. If that's true, this means that even if the Sasha at this wedding we blew up isn't her sister, she likely knew people there. She maybe even wrote this note about the train yard. Somewhere after this, she must have either sensed something was going on with us, or maybe she saw something that led her back to Pechorsk Castle, where it all began. Ouroboros. I believe the Shadow Katya means that she's in this alternate Pechorsk, just like every other shadow that we've talked to, but the white eyes means that she's seeing directly into our world. Someone is guiding her. So yes, knowing all of this, knowing what we did to her, her family, and to Pechorsk as a whole, of course I wanted to save Katya.
I'm finally free from this place. Thank you. Farewell. For 1.5 million of this planet's years, the consciousness present in these words left beneath the earth. It was waiting for something without knowing it. 16 years ago, it was awakened. Since then, it has been waiting actively. Explorer number 61 was released from the Radius 1 year ago. He was given a human form, an identity, a place to live and a place to work. There is a young woman by his side now. Her name is not Katya. He thinks about Katya more often than he would like. He thinks about the Zone as he goes about his work, his errands, his ordinary human days. There are questions he asks himself that he cannot answer. The consciousness present in these words is still waiting.
Just to get one thing out of the way, the whole nameless woman by his side as not Katya is a little creepy since Katya is probably a teenager. But time is weird in the Radius, so let's just say this is an age-appropriate Katya. Anyways, it's a year later, we have our own apartment and Katya's gone. We were released from the Radius, but the details of that are not clear. Were we taken out of the Zone, or are we in the alternate Pechorsk? Who are we working for, and what is the consciousness still waiting for? Come to think of it, how much of a choice did we really have in the matter? Let's walk this back. 16 years ago, it was awakened. The UNPSC was formed soon after and sent in troops to investigate. They disappeared mysteriously. I believe that the UNPSC disappeared them. But the work still needed to continue, so they instead sent out explorers one at a time, lone wolf explorers lost and confused. One at a time, they come into an empty Vano and accept missions from a computer.
There's a room with the computer still giving out mission briefings, although I'm not sure who's still giving a shit out of all this.
And presumably, those explorers failed as well, one at a time, until they get to us, Explorer number 61.
Stop. Authorized personnel only.
The UNPSC immediately asks us to start covering up what previous explorers found.
Explorer, there was an attempt of data breach by one of your predecessors.
And then they test our loyalty.
To proceed with the missions, you will have to pass one more test.
Before sending us out to do more heinous acts. It does make me wonder, what tasks did the UNPSC give to those just before us? What we do here ripples through both space and time. Is it possible that previous explorers were given these exact same tasks to complete over and over again? Repeatedly stealing the same roll of film. Repeatedly stealing the mysterious artifact that creates a bridge between the two Pechorsks. The money, the wedding, until they found someone loyal enough to make it here.
So where are you leading me?
Ouroboros. Katya looks into our world with fear, just like in the swamp when we retrieved this mysterious artifact.
Wanted to check it out, but ran into an armed man inside.
We are the ones leading her through the castle, and when she reaches the top, she is taken and transformed. The white statues are not the same Katya as grew up in Pechorsk, despite what she led us to believe.
You can see everything from up here.
Despite what she herself may believe.
What are you saying? I am real!
In the first ending, we gave life to this new Katya, made her memories real.
Blades of grass tickled my ankles as a warm summer breeze blew through the field.
But she wasn't the same Katya that followed us through Pechorsk. She guided us just as we guided her.
She is your personal motivator that led you to the center, the castle.
Ouroboros. We are just like her in that regard. When we finally make it to the end, our reward isn't, "Do you want your name back?" It's,
Do you want a name?
"Have you put it together yet?"
Over time, some explorers have become more and more convinced that mimics are the lost soldiers from the first days after the event. However, there is nothing about bodies of mimics, apart from their shape, that suggests they were ever human. The UNPSC believes, and I concur, that whatever mechanisms are in place here that produce radius-specific species took the soldiers as a template.
If neither of us is real anyway, we can't die for real.
We are both mimics. What the Radius wants with us isn't exactly clear, but in both of these endings, the Radius has us exactly where they want us. If we shoot Katya, we have our own life, but they know that we are pliable, accessible. If we shoot the radius, or whatever this depiction of the radius is supposed to be, they know we can't be trusted, so they put us away. But we are still accessible. But they know that they can use Katya as bait to keep us in line. There is only one way to cut the head off this snake. That is until Explorer number 62 comes along. So, what does this mean for Into the Radius 2? Here are some of my thoughts and predictions about the lore. I've heard people speculate that the Shoot Katya ending will be the canon ending, but I think the other one is more compelling. I predict Katya is still alive and will make an appearance or several appearances somewhere in ITR 2, perhaps as an unreliable ally or someone struggling with her own past. In one of the developer logs, they talk about how the two starting facilities reflect the mood of the UNPSC, Vano being shoddy and thrown together, and the new facility being much nicer with a lot more thought and planning put into it. I predict the reason they're happy is that they're now confident in their ability to control explorers and extract resources. I suspect we will see something alluding to this in the zone. I predict that the UNPSC is working with whatever entity or entities are controlling the radius, which means that we are as well. I predict that over the course of the second game, we will learn that the radius is growing larger and overrunning areas that were previously safe. And that this note is foreshadowing that.
The horrifying thought, what if the radius expanded to include Vano?
I did just want to say really quick too, thank you so much for everybody who watched these videos. I know I'm a very, very, very small channel right now, but this was just a passion project of mine, and having even one view from eyeballs that are not my own just really puts me over the moon. I'm a big nerd. I love to info dump with other people, so thank you for sharing this with me. I don't know what's going to be in the future for this channel, but I had so much fun doing this. I hope to make more videos in the future, so if you like what you saw, maybe like and subscribe. That's my first time ever saying this whole series, so please be nice. And yeah, thanks again.
Or are you going to play the hero and the sacrifice? You must understand that you can't harm the radius. The work in progress here will continue.